Gross Freak here, and I just wanted to show you quickly a little bit of how I store my LEGO CCBS pieces. Now I realize that the YouTuber Play Stippling has already done something similar, and I'm not trying to copy him. However, I was using a storage system very similar to him before he put out his videos. So I just wanted to, before I begin, say I'm not attempting to copy Stippling. I think he's a great YouTuber and I love his channel, and I think you should definitely check his channel out. But keep in mind, I didn't plan on copying him. It was just that I saw his video and thought, hey, I do something really similar. I should show how I display my CCBS as well. Now, I don't have nearly as many CCBS sets as Play Stippling, and so I obviously don't have as much storage. I just have one of these large toolboxes and a really big toolbox. And I also have kind of a small tackle box, but that's separate. And, well, these don't cost too much. Actually, I previously owned this one, but I believe it cost about $10 or $15 when we first got it, and I just got this large one a little while back, actually when Stippling first put up his first storage video. I actually got it that day because I needed more storage. Originally I stored all of my CCBS parts that weren't in this container. I originally stored in one of these Sterilite containers. I have two of these, and one of them is literally just my 2015 TOA and a couple protector parts because I have slightly custom builds on them. But I was able to migrate everything in the next day or so over to these pieces. Now, I'll get over to the TOA in a second, but I actually do have a project planned for them. So I just want to briefly show how I have things arranged. Some of these things are a little more obvious, and some things are basically identical to how Stippling has them, though because I have less parts, I don't have as much segregation between individual types. For example, I have all chest plates in here, regardless of whether they are the kind of the ribbed pieces from Hero Factory, or if they're the standard like plate that is used for the more used more commonly in the Bionicle series. I also have a bucket of feet, which, just like before, has kind of your standard CBS feet as well as older Hero Factory boots. I have a large container, which, aside from the tentacle, is just armor add-ons. We have Hero Factory chest pieces, we have little power cores, and I kind of buried them a little bit because I put those in first, but I also have the Bionicle armor add-ons. And as I deconstruct these TOA to kind of do a personal project I'm planning on, more will be added to this. Next row up, I have larger armor pieces. This includes these kind of these large, I kind of call them pauldron, or kind of like thigh armor pieces, kind of like as if someone's doing like chaps. We have these large kind of fist armor pieces, the ones that have room for little attachments, as well as the large kind of paw pauldron pieces, just, you know, armor pieces like that, as well as this engine piece from Dozer. I couldn't decide whether to put this in the chest armor or the large armor bin, so I just put it in large armor because it was a little too specialized. I also then have my medium and medium large size armor, just basically your standard issue plates like these. Moving on, we have the small armor, and specifically the plates that have printing on them, like from Hero Factory 2.0 and the Savage Planet. I also have my Lord of Skull Spider style leg pieces in there, just because they're about the same size. But yeah, basically all just small size armor. Next up, I have basically CCBS skeletons. I have lower leg pieces, upper leg pieces, and I have the really long ones in the back. You can see I have the really long pieces tucked away in the back there. Just switching hands with my camera for 1 second. There we go. All my stud shooter pieces in one drawer. The shorter lower limb pieces. The really short lower limb pieces, like that. And here I have the kind of, I don't know what the name for them is, but in the original Bionicle series, these were used frequently as hands and the ankle pieces to attach feet. So I refer to them frequently as Mata hands, just because that's kind of the name that's kind of derived when you think of these. And similar to I have my large foot bucket down here, I also have my mini foot bucket, which just is all the different kind of protector-sized feet that had enough of them to fill a drawer, so I just stuck it in a drawer. And then I have a drawer that's nothing but hands, CCBS hands. And likewise, I have a drawer that's nothing but skull spider legs, because we got 4 in each of the 2015 sets, so I have a lot of them. We also have a bin that's kind of a little bit of a mix mash. I've got the handcuff pieces from Hero Factory. I have kind of a couple little clipping pieces. One of the rubber bands that came with Lord of Skull Spiders. I have a different type of talon. That I'll be honest, this one's kind of a little bit of a mix mash. Even has a chain and some, if you remember from Exoforce, the little Exoforce arms. I kind of have that as a little bit of a mix mash box. Likewise, this one's also kind of a little bit of a mix. It started off as just these blades and these little fang pieces, but kind of also evolved to contain Hero Factory cores, as well as like a spear or two, basically. Oh, and lightsaber pieces. Basically, it's anything that plugs in or could be held by minifig hands. Next up, we have 2015, 2016 Bionicle skulls and eye stalks in the back. We have not 2000. Well, today is the 2000s. We have the Hero Factory skulls and helmets and visors from the early 2010 and 2011 waves in here. I don't use those a lot, but I have enough of them to warrant being in bins. These two I'm devoting to being for gears. On the right I have more traditional gears, and on the left I'm putting the rounded gears that are used in the Bionicle reboot. Right now I only have the 4 from Lord of Skull Spiders, but once I do the project with my 2015 Bionicle Toa, I will probably have some more in here. This one's empty right now, but I'm probably going to put gearboxes if I have leftover gearboxes in there. We also have just kind of a mix of Technic pieces. I have just various beams and various connector pieces, and in the back I have some of those L-joints from Lord of Skull Spiders. Here I have more connectors. Basically, if you can connect 2 axles, 2 pins, or axles and pins, they're just in there. Next up I have Hordika necks, as well as Glatorian necks, and a couple other pieces that are similar that just didn't fit in anywhere else. Next up we have basically these kind of these 3 long rods with a ball in the middle, as well as loose Technic balls. We have Technic pieces that are only the half wide beam instead of a 1 wide beam. I had enough of those. I decided to put in a separate bin. I have bushings, both half wide, 1 wide, and 4 bushings for pegs, because I only had, I think, 3 or 4 of the ones for pegs. Right now I only have one of these pieces. I believe this one was used for Protector of Earth, and I have 1 piece of Unity from the Creature of Ice Mellum. I will probably put those somewhere else. I haven't decided yet, but until now that's just where they are. And now for things that are a little more toolboxy, I have all the various different connectors that just are especially common in 2015. I have half pegs in here, the 3 long pegs here, 2 long pegs there, both black, and I think I have 1 or 2 white. I have half peg, half axles in there, axles with stoppers on one end, and then these 2 are just my standard axles. I have this one is only length 2 and 3, and this one is 4 and up. Now for the smaller container, I know this is getting to be kind of a long video. I have Hero Factory helmets. I have Hero Factory limbs. I don't use these a lot, but I just have them stored. I have some Hero Factory leg armor, as well as the CCBS fingers that only have 3 fingers and a thumb as opposed to 4, but they also have the bad joints, if you can see, which is why I kind of store them separately, because I don't want to accidentally put them on a character. This one is empty for now, but I may end up putting some various weapon pieces in it. Same with that one. This, of course, has my 2010, the only 2 2010 Hero Factory armor pieces I have. The actual skeleton pieces are in here with the skeletons, just because they wouldn't fit in one of these drawers. Next up, I have various elemental blade weapons, just like the surge swords, and the various 2015 swords, as well as the star drill used in Protector of Earth. Here I have kind of cylindrical parts. I have a drill in the back from the Dozer 2011 set. I have Meltdown's toxic waste containers and Protector of Waters jets. They're just kind of cylinder shaped, so I put them all together. That one's also empty. I'll probably use these 3 empty ones to hold weaponry or gearboxes, depending on how much room they take up. I have, this one's not sliding properly, I have a section that currently only has a sonic gun. If you remember from 2010's series, they had these weird flat weapons. I only have 1 weapon in there right now. I'll probably take that one out. Yeah, I'm just going to take that one out now. But in the drawer below it, I have kind of a mix-mash of parts. These are mostly just various weapons in silver and gunmetal, like the 2011 little blaster weapons and the little sword talon weapons. They all kind of fit in one, so that's why I put them together. And of course I have just kind of backup swords, the Rakshi blade, and another blade piece. I have just various blades in there, which is why I'm probably going to separate my weapons depending on what fits where. I have spikes and blades that attach by pegs. For example, this one attaches to an armor piece, as well as this. Those can be plugged in a number of ways. Just basically that's all that's in there, because I have a good number of them. They're all softer plastic. And in here I have tubes, as well as 2 of the, I think it's 2013 or 14 jailbreak, basically Zamra launchers. I have various shields from 2010 Hero Factory, as well as 2011. And, oh, that's right, I have nothing in that one. So that is the 2 main drawers. And last but not least is this red tackle box, which, as you can see, just has various masks in it. I have skull spider masks in the back. I have my golden masks from my various Toa in the middle, as well as my Creature of Ice Melon mask. I have protector masks in the front, as well as my gold skull spider mask, and my Akimu, and the hunter mask that came with Akimu. Anyway, so the project I'm planning on doing as a bit of a preview for an upcoming series, I know I say I'm going to do a bunch of series and I end up not doing them, but this one I actually do plan on doing for once, is basically, I know that a lot of people were not pleased with the 2016 Uniters, And a lot of people like the Protectors a little bit more. Not the Protectors, the Masters from 2015. So I'm planning on taking elements from both teams and combining them. For example, I am a big fan of the spike pieces that come on Pohatu. I know technically the normal Pohatu build doesn't have pauldrons. I added them on if you've seen my Pohatu upgrade video. Or like, for example, I really like the sticker armor that goes on Kopaka's thigh. So my plan is to take the pieces I like from these, as well as the pieces I like from the 2016 Uniters and Akimu, and create my kind of own custom team of Bionicles. So anyway, thank you all for watching through this really long video. Until next time, I'm Metagross Freak, and stay organized. Bye.